Been a big week for Alabama. DaShawn Jones transfers from Wake Forest to the secondary. You got a guy out there that the Crimson Tide are trying to reel in right now. They got him on the hook, maybe throwing some bait out there, like just set the hook. Yeah, I'm talking about the big offensive lineman, Geno VanDeMark. I think he's going to be the next guy. We're going to talk about that, some recruiting, and more right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Big, sexy Elmo is back in the house, by the way, guys. So you wanted him back. You got him back. He missed one day. You would have thought that it was the end of the world, but it's not. It was just the end of yesterday's show and the start of today's. Roll Tide, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when we're dropping new content. And let's get this party started. The hottest party on the quad right now. Roll Tide. What do you say, everybody? With the big man himself, big sexy Elmo, I'm Mick Gillispie. Great to have you here. I'm not starting the show off too great because I'm laughing right now. That's at Brett Elmore. That's his Twitter. I'm at Broadcaster Mick.
Can you do this, Mick? Can you raise your eyebrow like that?
Like The Rock? I don't know what made me laugh so hard, but something did.
I don't know. It's probably just I'm just here. Has anything
Welcome back, friend. Welcome back.
Has anything happened since I've been gone?
Yes. As a matter of fact, boom! DaShawn Jones finally committed to Alabama. It helps them in that cornerback room in the defensive back spot, which for some reason that was the area that Alabama had, a Titanic-sized hole. Like we hit the iceberg. All the players left that room, and so we're trying to rebuild. I think this gives us some key depth.
I need to miss the show more often because we get good news like this. DaShawn Jones, up from your neck of the woods, Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, I said it, dude. I said it. Yeah, Mount St. Joseph. It's a great school, and Alabama, when Nick Saban got there, started to go out and get players from Maryland. You start to look at the roster over the years and some difference makers like Diggs. You remember Diggs?
Yeah.
Guys like that would come to Alabama from Maryland, like, Quanjo, the two big offensive linemen, like those guys came from Maryland. So we were bringing them in. But I thought this was a good one. Now, this is a transfer from Wake Forest, but look at these numbers, 37 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 years of eligibility, all this stuff you need.
Yeah, and the big thing about that is the 2 years of eligibility left. That's nice. He's a transfer from Wake Forest, but we got him from Maryland right underneath those Terrapins. We just snatched him right away from those Maryland Terrapins. 6 foot, 170 pounds, and I tell you, 37 tackles, 3 interceptions, and he's a guy that we thought would be coming. And let's take a look at kind of that secondary after DaShawn Jones. So at corner, we got 6 there, right? Damani Jackson. You're going to have Jahil Hurley. You're going to have Draker Patrick Jr., Xavier Brown. Mbakwe will be back there.
Love Mbakwe too.
Me too.
Yeah,
and,
you got Damani Jackson, and you said Khalil Hurley. So I mean that's it. It's not like there's a big room of guys.
Yeah, so him coming in would make number 6.
And you love Bam Bam.
Bam Bam, I do. And then at safety, we got 7 there. Howard. Is it Sab or Saab?
Sab, yeah, the transfer from Michigan.
Devontae Smith, obviously. Bray Hubbard.
You can call him Smitty.
Malachi Moore.
Yep.
And Morgan. And
yep.
Zay Mincy. I mentioned Mincy.
Yeah.
But so that makes 7 at safety, 6 at corner. Do you like where we stand now with the transfer in?
Well, I mean, I think it's a big deal. I mean, you've got to keep adding players to to this mix because, like you said, Malachi Moore, Devontae Smith, Keon Sabb. I mean, those are your seniors and your juniors, right? Sophomores, Tony Mitchell, Bray Hubbard, and Cameron Howard, right? But didn't Mitchell just transfer? And then you got Peyton Woodyard. No, he transferred. Red Morgan, Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. Then you lost all of those guys to other programs, right? So, I mean, it's like you turn around and it's constant, right? So,
Yeah, but you look at that room too. You look at both of them, corners and safeties. There's just and we've said it before, just a lot of young talent there.
Yeah.
But when you add somebody like this, DaShawn Jones from Wake Forest, you're adding that a guy that just has college experience. I mean, it's a big jump when you go from high school to college, man. The speed of that game. I don't care if you're a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, whatever you are. It's just, man, you're surrounded by equals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm with
So
you.
if you're just surrounded by equals. Where when you were playing high school football a year ago, you were the all-star on the field.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And you're just surrounded by equals, and the speed of the game, it just takes so much. Even though these are all really, really good players, they've got to learn and they've got to get the experience. So,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Bam Bam and Mbakwe and
yeah,
I can't trust them early on to be able to figure this out. And you don't want to put them in a situation to fail. Let them like kind of what we've always done at Alabama, wait their turn and be ready to go. And then when they're called on, be ready. I mean, the bottom line is this: those true freshmen are going to play. You're not going to get by with 3 guys.
No. And you've got, you're going to throw them right in the fire when you got to go to Wisconsin and go to Georgia within the first 4 games.
Yeah.
It's like, you better learn fast is all I know. It's just, but we're 113 days away now, Mick. 113 days.
All right, we're going to talk about one of the big offensive line targets coming up, Micah DuBose from Viger. But before we get there, I want to bring this up to you, Brett, right here. Another offensive lineman that Alabama has targeted in the transfer portal is Geno VanDeMark. Clint Lamb seemed to think, I mean, we had him on earlier this week, this is going to happen. And as you nailed Jones down, this to me feels like it's going to be the next guy to jump on this roster to give Alabama depth. But just the impact of bringing in Jones on VanDeMark.
Yeah, VanDeMark from Michigan State. And yeah, we talked about him the other morning. He's big offensive lineman that would make an impact, but it's all about the depth at the line. Sort of like Clint said, this guy, he's got the experience. He's 6'5", 320 pounds, and he's got the experience, but where's he going to fit in all this? But the thing is, he's a guy that you could plug in just about at any place and would give Alabama some options across the line with some guys that could play different positions.
Yeah.
The whole thing boils down to the injury situation.
Right.
When you get into the meat of the schedule and just think, I mean, with this schedule that we have this year, and Wisconsin and all this, and then the whole SEC onslaught, and then you're going to go to an expanded playoff, hopefully, you're bound to get somebody hurt. So, I think, building that depth, and this is a guy that would be great for that.
Yeah, and the other guy to keep an eye on is King Mack, which I hope we get King Mack. I think we're going to get King Mack. And all I need to know about King Mack is that his name's King Mack. That is his parents.
I want him
to
just
buy
for the
his
name.
parents a beer, like a Yingling. Like, I'm going to give him a hug and thank him. That is a great name.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a great player, but I'm just in for the name at this point.
I
love it. I love it.
Well, let's talk about Micah DuBose, right? He was in Tuscaloosa for his visit. LSU thinks they have him in the bag, right? Friday and Saturday, he was in T-Town. It was an unofficial visit. He'll be back on campus again on June 21st through the 23rd, right? But he said it was eye-opening. Like, he had a great visit to Tuscaloosa, talking to Coach DeBoer, talking to Coach Kap. Don't try to pronounce it. It's Coach Kap. I heard you guys in the comments section taking shots at me. I deserve it. But I love the fact that this guy, even though he was at Georgia, pulled out, right? Now he's at LSU, but he's not there, but everybody thinks he's going there. The fact that this staff has come to town and they've said, hey, man, you are someone that we feel like fits our system. Just kind of looking at the prediction machine on three, 94.5% LSU, 2.3% Alabama, less than 1 with Auburn and Florida. Viger obviously is in Mobile, but I just love the fact that even though he might go to LSU, Alabama hasn't given up on this guy.
No, and they shouldn't. And that Mobile area, once again, it's creeping up on us. It seems like we always have a battle with LSU there in Mobile. They love to come to Mobile and take some players, and they'd be getting a good one with this guy. The Viger Wolves, what a good high school football team that is. And I love the story about his mama talking to the high school coach about her little baby. And her little baby's like 6'4", 335 pounds. That's, my mom calls me the baby of the family. Look at me, but it's her baby. 6'4", 335. That's a grown man. And,
are you ready to block and tackle some people?
He likes to pancake, Mick. Pancake. He had 52 pancake blocks.
I love that. I just love the fact
knockdowns.
He was with Georgia. We came in, pushed him hard. LSU thinks they've got him. This staff has not given up on this guy. And DeBoer and these guys need to win the Mobile area. They don't want to let these other programs get back in there. Florida State, LSU, when you look at back, in the 90s and the early 2000s, when they were winning championships, they were winning recruiting in LA, where I live, LA, Lower Alabama. Okay. You cannot let these guys leave Lower Alabama, LA. You got to get in there and duke it out. And I love the fact that since DeBoer took over, he's had DuBose as one of his top targets, and they haven't let off yet. I don't know if it's going to happen where he comes to Alabama, but I'll tell you what, this staff has put a full court press on, and I think it's a good thing. I think, and he is, so he's mama's baby, but for us, at 6'4", 335, he's a player that you want. 4-star consensus, 4-star, by the way, on 3, 24/7, ESPN, Rivals, all of them have him as a 4-star. So we'll see what happens, but I figured I'd bring that up. He'll be back in June. We talked about that before, but he had an eye-opening visit. They're putting down in his mind, look, if you're from Alabama, why the hell are you going to go to LSU? You need to go right up to Tuscaloosa and play for Alabama, run out on that field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, wear that crimson and white, instead of going down there, go where we win championships a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Coach Kelly was trending yesterday, I think it was, for is talking about they're not in it to buy players. They're looking for guys.
I saw that, and yeah, I saw that. And that Brian Kelly's right though, and I mean, I'm going to agree with him for a second. I talked about this yesterday, Brett, because I got hammered in the comment section about bringing up that I think Nick Saban left Alabama in a weak position when it comes to NIL because he didn't really want to invest in it. That's not me shooting. That's not a shot off the hip here, guys. That's me being around the program for 20 years. I'm telling you, that's the case. I'm sorry. That's just the bottom line. We've got to build that back up. Is it what I like? No. None of us like this. I mean, it's ridiculous what's going on right now.
But do you believe what he's saying, though, is the thing?
Brian Kelly, yes. Of course they're buying players. Teams are buying players, Brett. Like, who's going to Ole Miss over Alabama? Unless you're giving somebody a check that's way bigger, you're not going there. Like,
yeah, but he was trying to put, unless I read this incorrectly, he was saying that they weren't in it to buy players.
Well, he's saying that what he's saying is that at LSU, that they're trying to get players that match what they want to do there. And I honestly, I respect Brian Kelly. I get that. What he's saying is we're not doing what Ole Miss is doing. We're not just saying, hey, here's a check, come play for us. They're trying to find players that want to be there. The problem is it's tough to do that because if I was a player and money was involved, I may go to Ole Miss based off of the fact that you gave if it's like $20,000 or $30,000. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not holding it against the players. I'm holding it against the system that has allowed this to happen, right? And what I'm saying is that I don't want to see Alabama lose out on players because they don't have the money to keep them. What I'm saying is like, and we have put ourselves in a spot where we weren't really invested in this.
No.
And we got to get invested in it. I hate it. And I'm not saying this like I'm not a cheerleader for the yay Alabama, yay, let's all pay money. No, I think it's bullshit. I'm just telling you that that's what you have to do to be successful. And I
No, you're right. No,
let me say this, right. Brett, for the people that don't understand it. I hate Auburn. Okay. I hate LSU. I don't want to lose to them.
Right.
I went to school and we lost to them every year. I don't want to do that.
Still hate
again.
Nick Saban?
I love Nick Saban because he kicked their ass. But what I'm saying is, I hate to use that language, and I know I'm going to get some crap in the comment section. I just want to make it clear. Like, it's up to us to be like, hey, we got to support this until they figure out what they're doing. Because, obviously we're stuck here waiting in a system that's broken, and there's certain programs that are taking advantage of it. They're just using money to go out there and try to pay off as many good players as they can. I think it'll fail for them. And I think what Brian Kelly's saying is exactly right. You want players that want to be there because they want to be there.
Yeah, and it's it happens in both of them.
Is that fair, Brett? Is that fair?
No, it's totally fair. And it happens in all the major sports. I was talking to a guy yesterday that I fully trust, and we were talking about Sears, and he told me, this guy, I trust his word. He told me a figure that they were offering Sears in Alabama, and it's well above what he would make in the G League. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what we were talking about, but
a couple million.
Wasn't that high, but it was significantly more than what he would make in the G League.
Yeah, right. G League's 40,000.
40,000.
So he's probably going to make $1 million plus whatever he does in NIL, right?
My little man was going off on my phone. Now what now?
I'm saying he would make 40,000 in G League, so he's going to make $1 million in whatever he does in NIL.
Oh yeah, he'll make significant.
I think he'll make over $2 million.
Yeah, really? That high?
Well, I mean, I think about it, not just what like the collective give him, but I mean, like, why wouldn't you want to pay him? Like, if we had the cash, if one of you guys out there wants to sponsor Mark Sears on our show, we would love to do that. And I'm telling you, and if we couldn't get him, let's bring his mom on. We love his mom too now. Like we are super fans of the Sears family, right?
Wait a second. You're on to something now, man.
I'd love to have them, but I'm just saying, like, they're marketable, right?
Yeah.
We love him. We love the mom. Like, we watched them through the tournament. Mark Sears might be the best player the best season that Alabama's ever had. I know there's a lot of pressure moving forward, but
Yeah.
He's not going to make as much. He's not going to play as big a games as he's going to play if he comes back. I think he's coming back.
I think he is too.
All right. This is talking about basketball, Brett. What do you think about this? I talked about this yesterday. The Crimson Tide of Alabama against the Illinois Fighting Illini. They're going to be in Birmingham next year and then play in Illinois the year following. I thought that Nate Oats, again, has gone out and said, hey, anybody, any place, anytime, anywhere, we're ready to put up a fight. We're going to take you on.
Yeah, I like this. The Illini, obviously, with a rich tradition. And I love these Birmingham games. I think it's great for the city of Birmingham. I think it's great for the school to get out and play these games. You see them sometimes they play in. Haven't they played in Mobile?
They have played in Mobile over the past. Yeah, I love that. I was saying
they kind of get away from Tuscaloosa for a game, and I like that. Hey, I'm pumped. We play Creighton now. You see this Illinois thing. You got the Vegas deal coming up, which is going to be incredible. An event that's an event. So not only is it basketball games, but it's a total event there in Las Vegas for this. So pretty exciting stuff. That would be a trip I would like to make to Vegas to see Bama.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Brett, this is the part of the show where I turn it over to you and I ask, what do we have going on today? And I know a lot of people missed out yesterday because you were busy. You didn't have time for the show. And
well, no, I wouldn't put it that way. It's just
you weren't available. We waited all day and then we realized
I wasn't going
to got big leagued.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Today is
I'm joking. Before you
today
get in the
is
section.
May the 10th. And today is the birthday of Bono.
Bono from YouTube. Okay, YouTube, not YouTube, YouTube. And my favorite Bono story is that song that Jimmy Buffett wrote about being in Jamaica, where they're flying on a plane and the Jamaican, the Jamaican authorities tried to shoot the plane down. Yeah. And it's him and Bono on the plane. And then they realized oh, sorry, it's Jimmy Buffett and Bono and some other people. And so Jimmy Buffett wrote a song about it.
That's
I love that song. I love the story too.
Yeah, what a crazy story that is.
Yeah.
But
favorite U2 song?
Probably the song where he references Martin Luther King. What's the name of it?
In the Name of Love, maybe?
Yeah, In the Name of Love, yeah.
My favorite song, and it's not even close, is All I Want Is You. I think that's one of the great songs. I love the video as well. It doesn't really represent what the song means to me, but the video is fantastic. And it's got a little person in there, Brett, or what you would call midget. I don't use that term, but he's in the video, and it's like a carnival setting. And I know you said you wanted to be the bearded lady at the carnival. The video is fantastic. U2 is.
Were they doing midget tossing?
No. He's in love with someone that's I think dating the strong man. I mean, it's like it's a really great music video. The song's fantastic. U2 was at the Sphere. I didn't see him there. Obviously, you guys know I'm going to see Dead and Company there. That's as close as I'm going to get to seeing Jerry Garcia and the Dead. But I wish I would have seen them as well. Yeah. They're one of the honestly, dude, they got to be one of the top 5 bands of our lifetime. They have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe even higher than 5. I mean, I'm just saying in the top 5. They got to be.
Yeah. Bono is 64 today.
Really? So he's young. I mean, I'm, older than us, but I'm just saying it's not like he's rolling in at 74.
No. Mark David Chapman. Do you know who that guy is?
That sounds like a killer.
Got it. He's the guy who shot John Lennon.
Yeah, what a loser.
Yeah. They broke in on Monday Night Football and announced the death of John Lennon. That's a very historic moment on television, actually. Howard Cosell delivering the news.
Yeah.
Mark David Chapman is 69 today.
Yeah, and I mean, like, to be one of the worst creatures to ever walk this planet, in my mind. I mean, how you go and you kill John Lennon. John Lennon signed the guy an autograph earlier in the day. You know this, right?
Yeah,
and that loser swung back there to shoot him because he had watched some film and decided that he was going to shoot possibly the greatest musician of all time, John Lennon. I mean, possibly. I mean, he's in that category for no reason. And do I agree with all of John Lennon's politics from back in the day? No. But I'm going to tell you guys, I had a John Lennon poster in my room as a kid, right next to my Muhammad Ali poster. I love John Lennon. I love the Beatles. Brett Station plays Beatles music. It's called the Beatles Brunch on Woody's show every day.
Yeah.
It's a shame that this guy stole someone that had that type of an impact on our society, just made life better with great songs, because he's a loser. And then we just paid to have this guy in
prison now.
In prison for all these years, when there's probably some other answers to this type of person that would probably cost a lot less. But
probably so.
But I hate that guy's alive and John Lennon's dead. But I still love the Beatles. The Beatles are they're Mount Rushmore of like music acts, right?
Oh yeah, timeless music. If you're looking for something to celebrate today, you're right there on the Gulf. National Shrimp Day is today.
Man, I love some shrimp. You know this, Brett.
Yeah.
I'm like, Bubba, Forrest Gump's buddy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat them in grits. I'll eat them kebabs.
Yeah.
I like fried shrimp. I like grilled shrimp.
You like coconut
potatoes.
You like shrimp.
When you live down here,
butterfly shrimp.
Butterfly shrimp. I've got this device that you like stick in the shrimp and it butterflies them for you. And it takes like a second now. Down here, I don't know what they cost in your neck of the woods, but you can get, if you go to the right spot, I mean, you can get a pound of like fresh shrimp for like, I don't know, $6.
What?
Is that good? Is that good? Is that a good deal?
Golly.
I know. So I'll get like 3 pounds and then,
of course,
boil them. And then I do them in grits and I eat them by themselves. I put them in tacos. I mean, I do a lot of stuff with shrimp. So
I'm a shrimp lover too. And that's what got Red Lobster. I think that's what bankrupted them, was the endless shrimp or something. I think
they didn't have endless shrimp. They had endless bread. It was
Red Lobster's bankrupt because they're going bankrupt because of the endless shrimp promotion. I had this on my show. No kidding.
Was it? So why don't they just do it? They should just put Red Lobsters down here on the coast where you could buy them for $6 a pound, and you might be able to work a deal out where it's $4 a pound because
who knows? You could probably wheel and deal down there. Today is also National Small Business Day. Go out and support your small business.
Both of us, small business.
Yeah, that's right. And
living the American dream.
Living the dream, Mick. Living the dream.
Woo! Dusty roads.
And dusty road, baby. And this day of history. Let's go.
Throw it out there.
Let's go 1994 for this day in history. Because you're a Willie fan, I'm a Willie fan. Country singer Willie Nelson was arrested on drug possession charges in Texas after a police officer found him asleep in his car with a marijuana cigarette in the ashtray.
Should I admit this on here, Brett?
You smoked weed with Willie, didn't you?
You said it. You keep talking. I'm going to put the picture up while we're sitting here.
The case was later thrown out of court, and the police officer actually was fired.
Yeah, you don't F with Willie, okay?
Yeah, I mean, why? I mean, the guy's probably got exactly. Exactly. Look at Mick, how young that guy was. God almighty.
Everybody's like, why do you look so wall-eyed? I'm like,
I don't know.
Well, they're decriminalizing marijuana. I don't know. I think there's other things we need to be worrying about besides what Willie
I
Nelson's
mean,
doing.
you've got to be a real jerk to pull over Willie Nelson and rate his bus or
Get him,
whatever.
boys.
I mean, the guy's got a ton of marijuana on there, but hell, the guy's 91 years old now. Leave him alone.
He's older than that.
Is he?
Oh yeah, wait, no, you're right. He just turned 91.
Yeah, I think he turned 91.
All right, he's the next George Burns. He's never going to stop.
He's never going to stop.
All right, guys, a couple things. First off, the new promo code Bama Tailgate gets you 25% off all orders, excluding new releases. Brett, you know that I've got a studio full of stuff that if I had to buy over again, I would use that code for. One of them is called Restoring the Order. That's the 2011 Bama LSU National Championship print. I've got Sweet 16, which our friend Jake Coker is on there, winning in 2015. I got the 2020 National Championship print, which is unrivaled. I've got the Tua prints here. I can't see what it's called. I got, but all of those, if you guys are trying to pimp out your man cave, you want your place to look like this, and I hope you do, take advantage of these codes. That's why I'm throwing them out there for you. 25% off. I mean, that's a pretty damn good deal.
That is a great deal. Mick, he's got a pimped out man cave behind me.
We need to pimp yours out.
That's a picture of Cairo Gambrell Field in Jasper.
Okay, there you go.
And
it's a small one. It's like a little mini.
It's a small one.
It sounds like this. Hey, look at me over here. I'm a little picture.
Right.
All right. Look, I'm not going to say anything else, but I'm going to put you on the bottom of the screen there. WJLX, the Brett Elmore Show.
Yeah.
Did you meet some people who watch this show and listen to you on the radio, or what?
Man, I tell you, and that is something.
Are they from Double Springs?
They're from Double Springs, Alabama, and I meant to send you the picture where I could show you today. Man, and I hate that I forgot. And I'm blowing it on their name now too, because I sent that to you and I can't. Let me see if I can find them here. Hold on.
Look at you.
Because
while you're doing that, let me just say this. While you're doing that, let me remind all of you guys of something else too. Brett, you keep doing that, and I'm going to tell you guys about Pearl River Resort over in Choctaw, Mississippi. Brett, you and I are going to be there for the 4th of July, but really we're going to be there for the 3rd because I love Boys to Men, and Boys to Men are playing there. So
they're playing it for my birthday. Y'all
playing there for your birthday. They're celebrating the Big Elmo birthday at Pearl River Resort. Maybe we can get you on stage with those guys. But
I make love to you like you want me to. Yeah, that's a great song.
Dancing Rabbit Golf Course out there. It's the Augusta that you can play. You got table games and slots. You've got the Timeout Sports Lounge and Sportsbook where you can basically bet like you're in Vegas. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours from Jasper, Birmingham, and all those places. But check it out. Also celebrating 30 years at Pearl River, which I think is awesome. All right, Brett, what do you got for us? Close it up.
30 years at Pearl River. We're going to be there on the weekend. That's on a weekend, right? So that's perfect. Weekend of the 4th of July. And here's my new friends, Mick. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah, that was Johnny Green of Double Spring, his wife Shelly K. Green. Met him outside of my studios here in Jasper. So appreciate him stopping by.
Hey, roll tide to the Greens. Not the same Greens that drove my bus that I talk about.
Right.
Mr. Green used to yell at us when we were kids, and he'd go, "Sit down back there, shorty." And he was missing fingers because he owned tractors and had a combine or something.
Sit down, shorty.
These are good. These are Alabama Greens, and that means they're good people. No,
from Double Springs.
From Double Springs. Hayden Stockton, buddy of mine from college, Alabama football player, Double Springs. All right. Thank you guys for being here. A little long-winded today, but when we didn't get together yesterday, so we're making up for that right now. But roll tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging, and we will do this again tomorrow. We're 12 away from we're 12 away right now as far as the channel from 5,500 subscribers. Let's see if we can get there. If you're not a subscriber, just do it to make all of us happy. Let's get to 12, and by the time you're watching, maybe we're there. But I can tell you this right now from the bottom of my heart and for Brett, roll tide.